Welcome back to the Bizzflo tutorial series. In today's video, we are going to show you how to create and send an invoice to a customer. As always, we are going to start out at our dashboard. From here, we are going to select from the left menu the payments option, which will open up our drop-down, and from here, we will select POS. To get started, we will select the customer we are going to send the invoice to by entering their name in the customer field. Once we've selected the customer, we will now go ahead and add the item for this particular invoice. Today we're going to choose the service type new client assessment and then the actual assessment for $30 and add that to the cart. You can see the item and quantity have been added on the screen in the cart. Rather than checking out, we want to add an additional item to the cart. This will be a miscellaneous fee from our last video. To see how to create a miscellaneous fee to the system, be sure to check out the video creating a miscellaneous fee. From our add item screen, we will choose miscellaneous and then we will select new entry fee. Clicking on add this to the cart will give us a pop-up where we can manually enter the price that will show up on our customer's invoice. We'll go ahead and put in $120 and then add this to the cart. Let's move down into the payment info section to send this invoice to the customer. We'll leave the mode at full payment for this particular invoice, but we could change that in the future if we wanted to. In payment method, we want to look at the drop-down of options available because this is where the send payment request option is. When we select this option, a new screen will pop up and will pull back to show the message we will be sending to the customer. This notification is completely customizable under configurations by selecting the notification option. You can even search for this particular notification by typing the subject line highlighted here into the search bar. This email has all the information your customer will need about his invoice, including a click here link. This is what your customer will click to pay their invoice. By selecting this link, the customer will be taken to their private portal. It is important to note here that all customers who are being invoiced need to be active with a working password in order to pay the invoice. Once you are satisfied with the information you are sending to the customer, simply click send for them to receive an email requesting a payment of this invoice. On clicking, you'll receive a message that says it was successfully sent. Hit OK, and now the customer has received their invoice. To see if a customer has received their invoice, you can simply click Payments in the left-hand menu. Within the drop-down, select the Invoice option. This will bring up a list of all invoices. You can quickly scan to the right of the invoice you are checking on and see that there's an envelope with a number next to it. This envelope tells you that this invoice was sent out one time. By selecting the email, a now familiar screen appears with the option to once again request payment. By selecting the send button, the number we saw earlier will update. As you can see, it now shows 2 messages have been sent for the payment of this invoice. There is a final way to verify the invoice has been delivered to the customer. This method involves the CRM. By selecting the customer from the left menu and then clicking on customer in the section below, you'll be brought to the CRM search page. From here, you can enter your customer whose invoice you wish to verify. When they show up in the results, simply click them to be brought to their detail page. Now you can select the notifications tab at the top and see all of the messages that have been sent to this particular customer. Once you have found the message containing your invoice, you can look to the right and see if it was delivered in the status bar. That brings us to a conclusion for how to create and send an invoice to a customer. Thank you for learning with us. Have a great day.